Being aware of and on top of your e-commerce bookkeeping is so important. I cannot stress it enough. Being on top of your books in general, whatever your kind of business is, and whichever category you're manufacturing or selling in is always a good idea. But specifically in e-commerce, because e-commerce is such a difficult business with such low barriers, it's even more important to be on top of your bookkeeping. It really is the backbone of your business. Now, a lot of people are kind of the opinion that my bookkeeping and my financial statements are just for compliance purposes, but they're not. You need your books to be good in order to actually understand your business and know whether you're charging the right amount for your specific SKUs or per channel or for your entire company. You need to know what your COGS look like and what your contribution margin is, again, to determine your pricing, your profitability metrics, etc. You need to look at all of your margins throughout your P&L to understand whether you are perhaps not doing as well as your competitors in your specific line of business. And without having really granular understanding and really good books, you're just not going to understand it. And if you don't understand these points, then your business decisions are going to be flawed by definition. You really need to understand your e-commerce bookkeeping. A lot of people are selling on multiple marketplaces. Each one of them is deducting fees differently, have different payout schedules, and the amount of total sales you have that you're seeing in your account are not the same amount as the sales that are actually hitting your bank account. A couple of other general points about e-commerce bookkeeping. First of all, especially a lot of small brands, sometimes even bigger brands, kind of tend to mix their personal accounts with their business accounts, and you use the company's credit card for all kinds of personal expenses or vice versa. This is not a good idea. It is worth kind of nipping at the bud and making sure this does not continue. It can have significant influences both in your financials and can have tax implications in the future. Another point in general about e-commerce bookkeeping, especially in specific categories, let's say like apparel, refund, and returns, which can get to very, very high numbers. And if you're not on top of your books and you're not tracking your refunds, and if you're just looking at your Shopify or Amazon account, it's going to be very hard to follow, then you're not going to really understand what your refunds look like, how they compare to the market, and how to optimize your sales and your offering process in order to reduce those refunds and returns. And really kind of circling back to the initial point, unless you have really good financials that you're reviewing on a constant and consistent basis, you're going to have a very difficult time doing your e-commerce bookkeeping and getting a really granular view into your brand.